How are you? How's your weekend so far? All right, let me see if I'm online. Let's give it a second over here. Right, I'm supposed to be live right now. Just want to see myself. Okay, now, welcome back to Ask Jason Anything About Facebook Ads Sunday night live session. This is the first time you see me. Welcome to my universe. My name is Jason. I'm a Meta Ads strategist from Malaysia. Okay, so what I do is I help brands who advertise on Facebook and Instagram to take their campaign to the next level. So whether you have a campaign that is performing, you are looking to scale it, you are looking to understand why it's working, why it's not working, or you have a campaign that is not performing and you're looking to find out what happened to the campaign so that you can avoid making the same mistake in the future. That's what I do. I look forward to work with you. Just click on the link in my YouTube channel somewhere that you can actually book a 30-minute one-on-one gig with me via Fiverr. So from there, we can actually analyze your campaign, look at what's working, what's not working, and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's what I do. Been doing this since 2010. So it's like been doing this for a while. So what I do here on every Sunday night is I go live for 30 minutes answering questions that I receive on my YouTube channel about Facebook advertising, digital marketing mainly. So if you have any questions regarding Facebook advertising and digital marketing, all you need to do is just first go to my YouTube channel, see if you can actually find a video that I posted, whether it's recently or a long time ago, because I posted over 1,000 videos, mainly answering questions about Facebook advertising. Chances are I probably covered, a topic similar to your question before this. So if you can quickly get an answer, great. Just move on to do whatever you need to do next. If you can't find an answer, all you need to do is just post your question as a comment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it up on the, I'm going to screenshot and I'm going to answer your question in the following Sunday live at 10 p.m. Malaysia time. So if you ask the questions, then they're welcome to come back and join me on the following Sunday night to listen to my answers. But nonetheless, you'll get to watch the replay anyway. So yeah. And if you are able to join me live, that'd be great. You can actually post your question as a chat, as a comment in the chat, whether you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube. So once I go through all the questions, I'll come back to it. Okay, now let's bring this up. So it's called Ask Jason Anything About Facebook Ads. Happens every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time. Now, just in case you have something more pressing or something that you don't want to share to the public, you want to have a one-on-one discussion with me to go through your questions, to analyze your campaign, to kind of like get an answer, more detailed answer to your question by getting me to look at your screen, share your screen, analyze your campaign data and stuff like that. You can actually use this QR code, which it will take you to my Fiverr gig, and you'll be able to book a 30-minute one-on-one Zoom call with me after buying me a dinner, of course, on Fiverr. And we can actually just do whatever we need to do within half an hour Zoom call to answer questions, to analyze your campaign, anything. That's what we do. All right. So if you're new to Facebook advertising and you're looking to learn from a more structured, guided training to help you get started with Facebook advertising, I recommend my Facebook Ads Masterclass. So this is the class. This is the 2.5-hour recorded training. So you don't need to wait for a date for the training or whatever. It's the recorded one. And immediately you can actually jump on and start learning and applying to your campaign right away. So we cover 5 main things in the Facebook Ads Masterclass. So first, we talk about the structure that I use, the strategy that I use, how do I distribute the budget, for top of funnel retargeting? How do I set up the campaign for top of funnel retargeting? How do we do audience for top of funnel retargeting and stuff like that? So the structure is really important. So after we talk about the structure, we would actually have step-by-step walkthrough to set up the campaign. I will demonstrate to you how do I set up the campaign for top of funnel and retargeting. So as we move along, we discuss a few other topics, such as the second topic that we will talk about here is the objective selection. When you're running ads on Facebook, the objective selection is important because the moment you choose the wrong objective, you get the wrong audience. It's actually quite crucial. So that's where we start. And then after that, once we talk about the objective, then the next thing we talk about is the audience targeting. As in, I have some techniques that you can actually use to apply and to help you find the best audience that works for your client. Works for your campaign. So these are the techniques that I've been using over the past 10 odd years. So that's what I would actually share with you in that part of the module. And the fourth thing that we would talk about is the audience, the ad creative and copywriting. So When it comes to ad copywriting and creative, I'm not an expert in design and copywriting, but I work with clients from all around the world. So I have some first-hand information about what's working or what's not working. So basically, that's what I will share with you to avoid you making the mistake that may cost you quite of some money or time, which is quite essential. Now, the fifth part, which is in my opinion one of the most important part, is about Facebook ads analytics. Everybody can start running ads, but not everybody knows how to analyze and make sense of the numbers to find out what's working and what's not working in their campaign, so that they can make sound decision instead of based on gut feeling, whether, oh, it's not working, let's do this, let's do that. And I mean, if it's not based on fact, that you're probably making the wrong decision. So that's what I will cover. So it's it's a recorded training, as I said. So once you sign up, you can actually start learning right away, and you always get the latest version of the training, because whenever there are major updates and all, I would actually do a re-recording of the training, and just come back to the link that you received, and you always get the latest version of the training. Okay. Now, just in case, I've quite a number of people came to me saying that, Jason, I love the way you do this, but I don't want to go through another training. Can you just help me design my strategy and set up my campaign for me? Yes, this is what I do. I only work with a handful of clients every month to do this. So what I do is I'll work with you and your team for one whole month, 4 sessions of one-on-one discussion. So what we do here is, in the first discussion, we will be analyzing the goals for your campaign. And from there, we will design the strategy. We will talk about what are the creatives that we should be using for top of funnel, for retargeting, how many ads we should be creating, what are the copywriting and messaging directions. And if it involves some destinations such as your landing pages and all that, I would also give recommendations on your landing page as well, just to make sure the entire customer journey is being optimized before we launch the ad. So then you will go on and create a campaign, creative and stuff like that. On the second call, I will be setting up your campaign for you, with you. So invite your team to join. Everything will be recorded anyway. So I will set up the whole campaign as how I design the strategy and the structure. So immediately we have the campaign up and running after the second call. And on the third and fourth call, that's where we come in and analyze the performance. That's where we will talk about I will teach you about analytics, and I'll teach you about optimization, decision making and stuff like that. So this is where we talk about analytics and optimization. So yeah, immediately you have a campaign up and running, optimized, designed by me. And from there, we learn by doing it. So that's how a lot of my clients get started. So if that's what you want, scan this QR code. Let's have a quick discussion to see whether we are a good fit to work together. If yes, let's do it. If not, well, I'll point you to, your suitable program that may help you better in terms of your situation. Okay. Now, then I'll come back to this is where our question starts. So yeah, remember, if you have any questions, post it on my YouTube channel as a comment, and I'll actually screenshot and I'll answer questions over here. All right. So this is a question coming from David. So it says, why does your CPM goes from lowest, but each day it keeps increasing? Now, here's the thing when it comes to Facebook advertising. As you get started, sometimes you'll get high CPM, or sometimes you'll get low CPM. Sometimes you get very good result at the very beginning in the first day or two. Don't get too excited about it, or don't get too sad about it. As long as you're certain about the audience that you're setting, if it's not too niche, then okay, now this is a size, like a reasonable size that you're targeting, and the settings and everything is, if you're confident that is correct, I would recommend that to let it run for at least 7 days, because that's the reasonable duration we can actually put in to gauge the performance of the campaign, as we will be able to get the average CPM, average CTR, average cost per result, and everything, after 1 week. Because understanding, when we run ads, there will be good day, there will be bad day. And sometimes as the campaign is stabilizing and learning, you might face some very good results coming in, or very bad result coming in at the very beginning. As long as it's not too bad and you're not spending a fortune running your ads, you're not burning a lot of money, I would recommend that you pull through for a week. That's what I would do. Yeah, that's why a lot of people tend to say that if you want to run ads and get good results, you need to start with a big budget. I don't think so. If you're totally new to that, I would say start with a reasonable budget that you're comfortable with. Be it $5, $10, doesn't matter. Get started, start accumulating data, and from there we make decision about what we do next. So that's why when running ads, it's really a process that it's quite impossible to immediately you come in and reach the right combination and everything is working so well for you. But even that, you have a campaign that is performing. I also urge you to understand, why is your campaign performing? as we go. I mean, yeah, as opposed to why is your campaign not performing? These are both the situation that we need to analyze, because if you do not know why it's performing or why it's not performing, you won't be able to make the right decision. As in, like, when you scale, what are the metrics to monitor, just to make sure that it's not going deteriorating or going down here in terms of the result and performance. And if you have a campaign that is not performing, you really need to find out why, because that will help you avoid making the same mistake in the future. So it's really important. So if you run ads and you are kind of like not sure what's working and what's not working, I would recommend that you let it run for a week. After that, I would recommend my Meta Ads Review program. So this QR code will take you to my Fiverr gig. So this is a gig that you can actually book a 30 minutes one-on-one Zoom call with me, where I will be doing 3 things with you. First, I will go into your ads manager. Please make sure you have a Zoom app installed natively on your computer. So eventually I'll be able to take over your screen and I'll be able to build the dashboard for you. That's the first thing we will do. So in the dashboard, I will arrange for you what are the metrics that you should be monitoring in the right sequence. And then as we set up the dashboard, save in your ads manager, I will be analyzing the metrics for you and teaching you how to analyze it yourself. So as we move along, analyzing the metrics and all, we will be able to form a plan. As in, like, what are the next 3 things, for example, that you should try doing in the next 2 to 3 weeks down the road. So do this first. If it works, and then then do next. If it's not working, then do something else. So it's a very comprehensive but useful strategy. Exercise that we would do together to help you achieve. First, you understand what are the metrics that you need to track and build a plan that you can actually execute yourself. Hopefully, to help you understand optimization better and to help you take your campaign to the next level. So if that's what you want to do, scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you soon. All right. Thanks for the question. Now, the next question is coming from Dicky. Now, you're saying that, if you use the same video that you used previously in ads before, and after the ad ends, will it be calculated in the video you posted previously? Okay, here's the thing. When you're running ads on Facebook, it's totally okay to use previously posted video or post on your page to run ads. It's totally okay. All right. So the thing here is, when you're setting up the campaign, make sure you're selecting, you're creating the ad at the ad level. You're selecting, creating with existing post, where you can actually select the post or the video that you posted previously on your Facebook page, and you can actually use it to run ads. So when you're running ads, eventually your post or your video will be reaching new people. So the number of views will be accumulated, of course. So let's say previously you have accumulated 5,000 views on the video. So as you run ads, continuously running ads, you get more and more. Eventually, one day you will reach 10,000, 15,000 and all that. So if that's the case that you're referring to, that's still the thing that you can use. So basically, if that's what you want, then go ahead to do that. But having said that, I would recommend that we run ads on Ads Manager. So probably you're talking about boosting a post, which is actually probably the easiest way to start running ads, whereby you can actually go into Facebook. But when you're boosting a post, make sure you're not boosting it on your iOS iPhone, because if you boost it on iPhone, Apple takes 30% of what you pay. So let's say if you spend $100 on ads, you'll be only spending $70 on your ads, and $30 will be given to Apple. So that's what they take. So I will recommend that you run ads on your Ads Manager on the desktop, on the laptop version. So that will make sure that 100% of your budget goes into your Facebook ads. So that's what you do. Yeah. So you can still do that, no problem. But I would recommend that you do it in your Ads Manager. And if you need help learning about Ads Manager, how to use that and all that, you can actually learn from this one. This is my Facebook Ads Masterclass that I talk about. There are 5 modules that you can cover. Otherwise, if you want to have a one-on-one discussion and see how we can actually, if you have questions about your campaign, you want to get some guidance in getting started and all that, you can scan this QR code where it will take you to my Fiverr gig. You can book a 30-minute with me, by buying me a dinner. Then we can answer questions. We can try to set up the campaign together quickly within 30 minutes or so and all that. So that's how we can get started working together anyway. So if you need help, then scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you. Now, the next one is coming from Turbo Fanner. So you're saying that you're about to launch a brand, and when you launch it, the CPM spiked to 150, and it went up all the way to 800. Okay, that's pretty crazy. and you say you launch a new ad account in the new BM and change page, nothing seems to work. Now, I have to really look at your campaign to find out why. Because if you are talking about your CPM is way up to 800, I'm assuming that you're targeting a super niche audience. That's one of the possibility. And then I don't know. It could be the first thing I would actually guess is actually the audience. If you are targeting a super niche audience, then definitely the CPM is going to get higher and higher. The other possibility is probably your ad creative is not optimized, because Facebook do in a way penalize ads that are not getting very good clicks, and eventually your CPM is going to get up and up pretty ridiculously. I've seen quite a radical case before, but having said that, I really need to look at your campaign, because if you do not find out the root cause of why, that is causing your CPM to come up high, it's actually quite difficult for us to move forward. So I would recommend for this one, frankly speaking, if your CPM is coming up off the roof, and you can check a few things that I mentioned to you just now, but otherwise, I would totally recommend that we have a one-on-one discussion here. So scan this QR code. As usual, it will take you to my Fiverr gig. All you need to do is just to buy me a dinner. Then we can actually you can book a 30-minute Zoom call. So we will do three things as usual. First, we will come in and analyze the campaign. I'll give you a dashboard eventually that you can actually always use that to come back to look at your metrics and performance and stuff. And then after that, I will analyze the metrics for you and teach you how to analyze it, connecting the metrics and stuff. And then the last but not least, I'll build you a plan about what are the things that you can possibly do, hopefully to take your campaign to the next level. So if that's what you want, scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you. Okay, now the next question is coming from Harrison. So Harrison is having the same problem. Your ads has been underperforming these days and you don't know what to do. Frankly speaking, I won't be able to do much. So a few things you can actually quickly get started. First, if your ads has been underperforming, I really need to find out what do you mean by underperforming? Do you mean the cost per result is very high and the result that you're getting is low? So a few things that we will start analyzing first. First, look at your CPM. You can actually compare your previous CPM and your current CPM. One of the possibility is your CPM is increasing. So let's say previously your CPM is $10. So if you spend $10 a day, you'll be able to reach your audience 1,000 times, for example. But if your CPM is coming up to $50, that means if you spend same $10 a day, you're reaching 5 times lesser audience, which is about 200 people. So when you are reaching lesser people, theoretically, the chances of getting your results will be so much lower, and hence everything will come up high and all that. So that's something that you want to look into. So when it comes to CPM, it could be seasonal, it could be periodical, it could be also something that is caused by your ad setting and stuff like that. So try to find out what's causing the CPM. You can actually trace back what are the changes that you made in between and all that causes the CPM to come up. So that's one thing. Now, the other thing you should look into is your CTR, because that CTR is really essentially basic metrics that we look at to analyze whether the ads are performing or not, whether are they getting people to take action on your ad or not. So we look at CTR all and CTR link click. So CTR all, the benchmark is 2%. CTR link click, the benchmark is 1%. So if both of them has been, like underperforming, as in you're having let's say CTR link click, benchmark is 1, you've been getting 0.3, 0.4 kind of thing. So one thing I would recommend you to do is try to launch new creative to see whether we can improve the CTR. Because by improving CTR, let's say if you're now at 0.3, all right, if you're able to push it to 0.6, for example, that's double, So you're actually getting double the clicks. Potentially you might be getting double the results with the same amount that you're spending right now. So that's something that we can try to optimize it. But having said that, there are many other things that goes into the campaign. It could be your settings, it could be the audience, it could be the ad format, it could be whatever, it could be the gender that ads is going to the wrong audience and stuff like that. Even you set it up properly, Facebook might still send your ads to the wrong people and eventually you're not getting the result. So if you're facing your ad performance underperforming and you're not sure what's going on, the best way is let's have a quick ad audit over here. So basically, scan this QR code, it will take you to my Fiverr gig. All you need to do is to buy me a dinner. And what we will do, a few things here is first, we will dive into the ads manager and build your dashboard. So what are the metrics that you should be monitoring in sequence? And I will analyze it for you and teach you how to analyze it. So basically, as we are analyzing the campaign, we will be able to build a plan. So I'll tell you that these are the probably 2 to 3 things that you can do. Try this first. If it doesn't work, then try the next thing and stuff like that. Eventually, hopefully we are able to take your campaign to the next level, or even by stabilizing your campaign, so that you can actually kind of like have it for long run and take a headache off, focus on something else on your ads, right? I mean, on your business. So if that's what you do, then scan this QR code and I look forward to work with you. All right. So the next question is coming from some user, right? So this is kind of like a statement, a sharing. So you're saying that nowadays more people tend to use broader targeting. The broader your audience is, the more competitive it will be. Yes, theoretically, what you say is correct. So what Facebook is doing right now, especially if you do Advantage Plus audience, like at the moment, if you have the latest version of Ads Manager, in fact, whatever you're selecting in your detailed targeting are just recommendations that you're giving to Meta. Meta would actually, they are given the right and they will expand your reach beyond whatever you have selected in favor of trying to get you more results at lower cost. So that's what Meta is going to do. So yeah, going broad is actually a strategy. But having said that, I would still recommend that we test. Say, for example, if you're targeting parents, then I mean, with this detailed targeting aiming for parents, it's quite a very high accuracy over there because Facebook will not reach your audience that it's not parents. But so basically, when it comes to detailed targeting, broader or detailed, both has got their own advantages and disadvantages. Basically, you just need to apply something that works better for your business. So different business has got different combination of techniques. So I would still recommend that we keep testing different combinations and see which one works better. And from there, we keep on fine tuning. Remember, optimization is always about testing one variable at a time. And hopefully, like we're able to achieve better result over time, one variable at a time. So that's what we do, right? So yeah, broader or not, basically, I would still recommend to try and put it to work. And audience is just one part of the ads. There are many other things that goes into play, right? Like your budgeting, right? Like the objective that you're selecting, the ad creative, the placement that you're selecting. So these are all the things that will affect the performance of the campaign, not just the audience. So if you're running ads, I would still recommend that you let it run for a period of time. And then, if you need help, then you can come back for an audit. So that's the same link that I would recommend. Scan this QR code and let's have a discussion about, first, build a dashboard. Second, let's analyze the campaign and I will teach you how to do that. And I'll build you a plan about these are the few things that you can do to hopefully take your campaign to the next level and stuff. So that's what we do. All right. If that's what you want, then scan this QR code. Let's find out what's working and what's not working in your campaign and build a plan to take it to the next level. All right. So next we have another user. So it talks about, okay, now this is about ad fatigue. So you're asking, how do we avoid ad fatigue? By excluding audience who already visited the website in the last 7 days or video views by 25%. Both are legit, valid. I would say it's good strategy. You can actually try that. But having said that, I want to really talk about ad fatigue first. You see, a lot of people tend to get, really, worried about ad fatigue, especially when Facebook, first thing first, ad fatigue is not true if you are not having more than 3, in fact, 2, you can actually go by 2. So 2 for top of funnel, if every 7 days you're reaching about 2-ish, like 1.9, between 1.9 to 2.1, it's kind of like a reasonable, decent frequency. If you're having lower than 1.5, then there is nothing about ad fatigue. So ad fatigue really happens when you actually reach your audience way too many times within a certain period of time, which we always use a 7 days benchmark. So here's the thing. Ad fatigue definitely will actually affect your campaign performance, but here's what I say. As long as it's working and as long as the frequency is well controlled, whatever ad fatigue that Facebook is raising an alarm for you is actually not something that you should be worried about, because a lot of people always believe that I have to constantly change the creative in order to keep getting better results and all that. So I do not oppose the idea of keep testing new creative, but at what rate? Really, some people actually burns themselves out. They try to launch new ads every single week, which in my opinion is not necessary. You're not spending hundreds of dollars every single day to run your ads. So yeah, but even if you spend hundreds of dollars every single day, it really depends on your CPM and whatever. So if you're not really reaching a lot of people at the really high frequency, your ad can still continue to run. Like for example, if your audience is 2 million, for example, and over the past few months, you have reached 50,000 people or 100,000 people, what ad fatigue? You still have a very big audience to go. But what you do here by doing exclusion is something that I would recommend you to do. But when it comes to exclusion, you have to exclude a reasonable period of time. 7-day exclusion may not be good enough in order to help your top of funnel to reach its optimum level. I would recommend to go by 30 days, in fact, and even longer, because the idea here is if you have clicked my top of funnel, for the next 1 month, I probably don't want you to come back to this top of funnel ad, but we will have a retargeting ad running to target people who actually, reacted to the ad for a certain period, let's say 7 days and stuff like that. So setting up the whole structure that way, the campaign will constantly reach new audience for you. And don't really worry too much about the ad fatigue. So that's what I would actually think. But if you are concerned whether your ad is being fatigued right now, is it the time to change ad, or what are the things that you can do to take your campaign to the next level, I would recommend that you do this. Scan this QR code, it'll take you to my Fiverr gig. So this is where I will spend 30 minutes with you to analyze your campaign and to find out what's working, what's not working. First, we will build a dashboard that is tailored for your business. What are the metrics that you need to track for your campaign that you're running? And I will analyze for you, and I'll teach you how to analyze. And as we move forward, I will actually build a plan for you, as in these are the few things that we can do: step 1, step 2, step 3, hopefully to help you take your campaign to the next level. So not just about ad fatigue, not just about audience targeting. There are many things that play right now. But I would say it's really important for us to gain a better clarity on the entire campaign performance, and to find out what are the possible leaking points. And hopefully we can actually close those leaking points as much as we can, and hopefully to make the campaign perform better and better over time. If that's what you want to do, scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you. Okay, now that goes to the last question we have over here for today. It's quite a long one. Yeah, we have quite a number of questions today, but anyway, let's go there. So it's coming from Jay. So you say you try to boost your marketplace listing, and it says you need to verify a number with an ad account. You already have a verified number. Please help. Frankly, I'm not familiar with marketplace ad. The last time I did that was about over a year ago with a client, and we were not talking about ad account issue. So I would recommend that you follow the steps and do whatever they're asking you to do. And if you need help, then you can always contact Meta support. Frankly, I won't be able to help you much on the marketplace listing. But if you're running ads on Facebook using the ads manager, then anytime you need help, just find the links everywhere that we can actually, you can book a QR. You book a call with me on Fiverr, scan this, okay? Then we can actually have a quick chat together to see how we can fix your problem. But that's that. Now, let's go back to some of the comments that I received. Okay, cool. There are quite a number of questions over here. So let's try to go through one by one. We are a bit overrun here. So, Amy, so what type of creatives work for high ticket products? This is a very open question. I do not know. If you're asking me whether a video works better, a single image works better, frankly, I've seen different ads work really well. Like I've seen video works really well. I've seen single image works really well. High ticket, yes. But then again, I think high ticket is really not just about the creative itself. It's about the journey that you build, in my opinion. Because if you're selling something at about $500, $1,000, the ad creative is only able to just bring the people in, but the whole process is the one that actually gets you, the closure. So that's what I think. So I hope that makes sense. Frankly, run ads and let's analyze what's working and what's not working. Will be a better route instead of trying to ask the question, what works? Let's put it to test. That's what I would think. All right, all the best. Okay, and let's see. So that's from Amy. And the next one is coming from Krishna. Have you ever run ads for digital products? All the time, man. I run digital products. Look, I sell services. I sell courses, and I sell mentorship programs and stuff like that. So that's what we do. And I've had a lot of clients doing digital product. Like I have clients that sell lifetime deal for some Signal business, some courses, some tools and all that. So so if that's the question, then cool. That's what we do. If you need help, then scan this QR code that we can actually have a discussion about what are the questions that you have about meta advertising for your advertisement need. Okay. Now, next one is coming from Aika. Is 30 minutes enough for one-on-one analyze ad review? 100%. Scan this QR code and go into my Fiverr. I've analyzed hundreds of people, and 30 minutes is good enough. At least we are able to get a very good idea about the campaign performance. But if you need more, if you have a lot of campaign, then of course you can go for an hour. It's up to you. All right. I look forward to work with you. And next one is coming from Sarah Vanan. Can you withdraw unused amount back to your wallet? I don't think so. Never done that before. Not sure. So try to reach out to Meta support and see whether they can help you better with this one. In Insta post, not able to delete the post which is linked to an ads. Yeah, that's normal. So if you want to delete the post, you can actually delete the campaign. Then that should make the post deletable. Try and see. But having said that, we don't do that. I mean, frankly speaking, I've not done that for years now. It's not what I do, but that's what I remember how it was done. So yeah. Yep, hope I answered your question. So anyone who are watching this, and if you need some quick questions about how to analyze the campaign, what are some questions about Facebook ads and whatever, scan this QR code and I look forward to work with you. So with that, we wrap this week. Yeah, it's a good discussion. Thank you so much for joining me, whoever who's joining me right now. And thank you for watching up to now. And I look forward to see you next week. So have a good one. Have an awesome week ahead. See you next Sunday. Have a good one. Good night. Bye-bye.